Based on search results regarding the DIVYANGJAN card and UDID portal, applications for a disability certificate are most commonly rejected due to incomplete or incorrect documentation, a disability percentage below the required threshold, or a false declaration. If your application is rejected, you can file an appeal with the appropriate authority. Common reasons for rejection: missing or incorrect documents. Applications can be rejected if required documents, such as address proof, identity proof, or the disability certificate, are missing or incorrectly uploaded. Mismatch of information. Discrepancies between the information entered in the online application and the supporting documents, such as the concession certificate, can lead to rejection. Disability percentage below 40%. To receive a certificate and UDID card, an applicant must be certified with a benchmark disability, meaning condition with 40% or more disability. If a medical board assesses the percentage to be lower, the application will be rejected. Medical assessment issues. Sometimes, the medical board may improperly assess or underestimate the severity of a condition. The process for assessing intellectual and neurological disabilities can be particularly challenging. False declarations. Any false information provided in the application will result in rejection. Procedural or technical errors. Mistakes made during the online application process or delays in government processing can also cause a rejection. How to address a rejected application? Identify the reason. The first step is to find out why your application was rejected. You should receive a rejection letter that states the reason. If it's unclear, you have the right to request clarification from the issuing authority. Make corrections and reapply. If the rejection was due to missing or incorrect documents, you can reapply after correcting the issues. For applications submitted through the UDID portal, you can provide the rejected application number to reapply. File an appeal. If you disagree with the medical board's decision, for instance, on the disability percentage, you have the right to appeal under Section 59 of the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, RPWD, Act. Get a second medical opinion. Strengthen your appeal by seeking a re-evaluation or a second opinion from another government hospital or recognized medical board. Submit your appeal. You can file an appeal with the appellate authority designated by the state UT government. The UDID portal will remove the rejected application from the system once the appeal period expires, allowing you to reapply. Seek further redressal. If you are not satisfied with the outcome of the appeal, you can file a complaint with the Chief Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, who has the authority to investigate matters under the central government. The Government of India, through the Ministry of Railways, has established specific rules for processing railway concession forms for various categories of passengers. The application process and required forms depend on the passenger's eligibility category, such as students, persons with disabilities, DIVYANGJAN, or patients seeking medical treatment. General rules for all concessions. Bookings at counters. Concessional tickets are primarily issued at railway station reservation counters. For persons with disabilities, PWD, with a valid DIVYANGJAN ID card, online booking is also available. Basic fare only. Concessions generally apply only to the basic fare. Additional charges like superfast surcharges and reservation fees are not included. One concession at a time. A passenger cannot avail of more than one type of concession at the same time. Purpose-specific travel. For concessions issued for a specific purpose, e.g., medical treatment or exams, breaking the journey en route is typically not permitted. Proof of eligibility. The requisite certificate or documentary proof must be carried during the journey and presented if a railway official requests it. Concession rules and processing by category. Students. Purpose. Concessions are provided for students traveling between their home and educational institution during recognized holidays, or for educational tours and examinations. Application process. Obtain a student concession form from your school or college administration office. Fill out the form with personal details and travel information. Have the form signed and stamped by the head of your institution. Present the signed form at the reservation counter when booking your ticket. Note that this process is for counter-issued I-tickets only and typically not available for e-tickets. Fare and class. General category. 50% in second class and sleeper class. SC Ascent category. 75% in second class and sleeper class. Persons with disabilities. DIVYANGJAN. Eligibility. The concession is for persons with blindness, orthopedic handicaps, intellectual disabilities, and speech and hearing impairments, often including an escort. Application process. Obtain a valid disability certificate from a recognized medical authority or government hospital. Register for concessional travel by visiting a PRA's counter with the certificate and filling out the relevant form. Once registered, you can book online using your DIVYANGJAN ID card or at the counter with the required documents. Special facilities. Indian Railways provides special amenities like lower berths, wheelchairs at stations, and specially designed SLRD coaches on many trains. Patients. Eligibility. Concessions are available for patients with serious illnesses such as cancer, thalassemia, heart disease, kidney disease, hemophilia, TB, and AIDS for travel related to treatment. Application process. Secure a certificate in the prescribed format from a recognized hospital or medical institution. The certificate must indicate the need for travel for treatment or checkups. Present the certificate at the railway reservation counter to book a concessional ticket. An escort is also eligible for a concession in most cases. Fare. The percentage of concession and eligible travel class varies depending on the specific illness. Latest updates for 2025. Senior citizen concessions. As of 23 May 2025, Indian Railways has reportedly reintroduced travel concessions for senior citizens, effective from 1 June 2025. New concessions. Men aged 60 plus get a 40% discount, and women aged 58 plus get a 50% discount in sleeper, AC 3 tier, and AC chair car classes. These are subject to maximum fare caps. Booking. Tickets can be booked online through IRCTC or at reservation counters. Intellectual disability. A commercial circular effective 1 June 2025 has updated the concession certificate pro forma for persons with intellectual disability. IRCTC Disability Concession Ticket Booking. Indian Railways offers significant concessions on train tickets for eligible DIVYANGJAN, persons with disabilities, and their escorts. Concession percentage. The concession percentage varies depending on the type of disability and the class of travel. Based on the category of disability and class of travel, the concession percentage can be up to 75% for certain classes for orthopedically handicapped or paraplegic persons who require an escort. For other disability categories like mentally retarded persons, blind persons, and deaf-dumb persons, the concession is typically 50% in 2ND, sleeper, and 1 class. A 50% concession is also available on monthly and quarterly season tickets for all listed disability categories. An escort is also eligible for the same concession percentage as the person with the disability. Orthopedically handicapped persons requiring an escort receive 75% concession in 2ND, sleeper, 1 class, 3 AC, and AC chair car, 50% in 1 AC and 2 AC, and 25% in 3 AC bhesi chair car on Rajdhani Shatabdi trains. How to book tickets with concession? Obtain a disability certificate. A valid disability certificate from a competent medical authority is required. Register for concessional ticket. Visit a designated PRS counter at a railway station with your disability certificate and photograph, and submit the required form and documents for registration. Book tickets. Book online via the IRCTC website by selecting the concession category and providing disability certificate details, or offline at a PRS counter by presenting your certificate. Carry documents. Always have your original disability certificate and ticket with you during your journey for verification. Important notes. Concessions generally apply to the basic fare, with some exceptions like Rajdhani Shatabdi Jan Shatabdi trains, where it covers the total charge including catering. Concession travel is usually for distances of 300 km or more. Journey breaks are not allowed on concessional tickets. Upgrading to a higher class by paying the fare difference is not permitted with concession tickets. Limited concession berths may be available during peak periods and on certain trains. Traveling without the original disability certificate or required escort may result in being treated as ticketless. What to do after a rejection? 8. Check your application status. First, log into the SAM portal where you applied to view the exact reason for the rejection. For the UDID card, visit the UDID portal at swavlambancard.gov.in. For the Railway Divyangjan card, log into the Railway portal at divyangjaan.indianrail.gov.in. Though reapply with corrections. After checking the rejection reason, make corrections. Correct any errors in the online form. Gather new documents. Arrange for fresh copies of any documents that were missing, invalid, or unclear. Submit a new application. You are allowed to reapply after making the necessary corrections. Common reasons for rejection. Incorrect details. The application form was filled out with incorrect or incomplete information. Missing or invalid documents. Essential documents, such as the concession certificate, disability certificate, or proof of identity or address, were not submitted or were invalid. Unclear documents. Scanned copies of uploaded documents were not clear or readable. Mismatched information. Information on the application, such as name or date of birth, did not match the supporting documents. Failed authentication. In cases where Aadhaar authentication is used, a mismatch can lead to rejection. Eligibility criteria not met. The applicant did not meet the specific disability category or percentage criteria required for the card. Time limit expired. The application was saved as a draft but not submitted within the specified time frame, e.g., 72 hours for the Railway Divyangjan card. File a complaint for UDID issues. If you have a grievance about the rejection process or any other related issue, you can file a complaint with the Office of the Chief Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, CCPD. Online, you can file a complaint on their portal at ccpdcode.gov.in. Email. Send an email to ccpd@nec.in. Post. Send your complaint to their office in New Delhi. How to ensure a successful application. To prevent future rejections, follow these steps during your next application. Read instructions carefully. Follow the instructions provided on the application portal to avoid common mistakes. Use correct documents. Have all required documents ready in the specified format, e.g., PDF or JPG, and file size. Ensure clarity. Upload clear, legible copies of all your documents. Verify information. Double-check all personal information for accuracy before submitting the application. Submit promptly. If there is a time limit for completing the application, make sure you submit it before the deadline. Applying for disability benefits in India can be a complicated and frustrating process. While the government has introduced various schemes to provide financial support, healthcare assistance, and employment opportunities for individuals with disabilities, many rightful applicants face unjust rejections. Bureaucratic delays, incomplete paperwork, or even misinterpretation of disability laws often result in denied claims, leaving people struggling to access benefits they are legally entitled to receive. If your application for disability benefits has been rejected, do not lose hope. You have the right to challenge the decision and appeal for reconsideration. Understanding why claims are denied, knowing the appeal process, and taking the right steps can help you successfully claim your rightful benefits. Staying updated on the news is vital for deaf individuals. For these same reasons it is for everyone else. To participate in society, make informed decisions, and ensure personal health and safety. However, deaf people face unique challenges in accessing reliable news, which can lead to isolation and a lack of critical information. Digital accessibility issues. In addition to video captioning, other digital barriers persist. Many websites and platforms fail to fully support assistive technology.